into the geekdom, and may the 4th be with you. I know my review is late as always, but that should just be expected. I told you guys that when school started this might happen, so I'm sorry, but today's review I am going to not go over every scene, and I'm just going to go over the scenes that I really just wanted to focus on, because just a lot's going on, and overall the episode was pretty good, pretty solid, and you know, there's just a lot of little like side stories going on, like updating us what's going on with each kind of character and where they're at right now, so I don't feel like I need to go over those sort of scenes where they're just kind of like updating you about the character. So here it is, my Kiss by Fire review, and I'll start with Arya, because Arya has this awesome scene where Sandor and Beric are going at it, and you know, it turns out that Sandor wins the fight, and so he gets to be let go, and it's kind of heartbreaking because even though I love Sandor Clegane and he's like one of my favorite characters, you feel for Arya. She wants justice. Like, she's this angry little ball of fire, and she just wants justice, and she gets to watch Sandor walk away. Interesting, we see Beric get raised from the dead, so we kind of see like that this fire god, Valor or whatever, has a lot of power, so that makes Melisandre look just so powerful. We already saw that she can make like shadow babies, and then now we see that like that same red god can bring back the dead. It's just, it's crazy. So the saddest part about the Arya scene was when Arya and Gendry split up. I was just so sad because I ship them. I love them. They don't even have to be like together romantically. I just want them to be together. And she says like so like fiercely, like, I can be your family, and like, oh, it was so sad. I love Arya and Gendry together, and I just really don't want to see them apart, and it was just a really sad scene, so I'm just sad. With Jon Snow, we get like the cave scene that everybody was looking forward to. All my like lady Game of Thrones fans were like, I can't wait to see Jon, and we don't even get to see Jon nude. But we get to see Ygritte nude, and she's absolutely gorgeous and stunning. Didn't win my favorite Bum Award. I'm sorry, that goes to Jaime Lannister for this episode, and then Brienne comes in second. So anyways, it was pretty significant because we see Jon Snow break his vows. We already know that, you know, he has taken this role as like a spy, and he has to do anything necessary to you know, make sure that he doesn't give away his cover, but you see him and Ygritte have like this romantic moment. It wasn't just him sleeping with her. They bathed together. She tells him that she never wants to leave the cave. It's this really sweet scene. So we are going to see Jon Snow having a lot of conflict between him being a wildling and him being a Brothers of the Night's Watch. So that's interesting. And then we get Brienne and Jaime, who end up under the care of Lord Bolton, and Bolton kind of has like this weird twisted humor, like when he's all like trying to tell Jaime what happened with his sister and family. I don't know, but he's cruel. I guess they were trying to capture that essence of Bolton, even though I think they're failing miserably, but we'll just move on right past that. I saw the scene that I've been wanting to see for so long, which is the Jaime Brienne bathtub scene, and then I was disappointed because Jaime goes on this whole tirade, monologue, and I'm just like, if I wanted some Shakespearean, I would just be watching Shakespeare plays. I don't know. He made a good point though. I really liked some of his lines. I think they could have just really made it short and sweet and used some of those really great lines that he says, kind of like, by what right does the wolf have to judge the lion? Something along those lines. That's really awesome. That's really good stuff. It just, the monologue went on so long that I kind of just blanked out. So Anyways, and then he does this weird, like, fainting scene, and again, I was just like, so Shakespearean and dramatic. But anyways, I really liked at the end when she calls him the Kingslayer, like, to get help because he, like, fainted or whatever. He says, Jamie, my name's Jamie, and in that, like, one line we see him transform as a character, and, you know, all his life he's been called, you know, Kingslayer, and that has been his name, and he kind of just embraced it and took it on, and then now he just wants to be himself. He doesn't want these titles that have been thrust upon him. He just wants to be Jamie, and I love Jamie's character development. I don't at all forgive him for the things that he's done, but he's really great character, I have to admit. So next we have Robb, and we have this whole fiasco where Stark decides to kill these innocent children, and you know, it was building up to this where Stark was going to do something about his rage and his just eagerness for justice, and he does it the completely wrong way, killing some innocent children. So that's why Robb's like, you know what, you have to go. And so they lose a big portion of their army because Stark gets killed. So all the Starks and the whole house decides to go away. And I'm just like, you know, here Robb is talking to his wife, and in order to make up for the Starks leaving, he's like, you know what, there's only one man that we must go to for help, and that is Walder Frey. He doesn't say it like that, obviously, but I'm just like, you're going to go to the man you slighted. You even acknowledge the fact that you slighted him in your little sentence there, and I'm sorry, dumbass award goes to you, Robb Stark. I'm just saying. You're gonna go ask this man for help. And he says it so, like, epically, like, oh, this is the greatest idea I've come up with. And I'm just like, no, you're dumb. I'm sorry. So, I'm really interested. I want to see Catelyn's input to when he decided he was gonna go to Walder Frey, because she typically has really good advice, but we didn't get to see that. We saw her advice for when he wanted to behead Stark, but that's about it. Anyways, next we get Stannis, and Stannis he's having some issues. We can see a lot of, like, internal conflict in this scene, and, you know, he's being run by this red woman, and he wants to do everything to get what he deserves, his rights, and, but he's just a very hard person, and we could see it when he's talking to his daughter, and he can't even tell her, like, a white lie about Davos. Like, instead of just, you know, making up some story about what happened to Davos in order to make her feel better because Davos is her friend, she just straight up tells her, like, yeah, he's a traitor, I locked him in the dungeon. And she's like, thanks, Dad. You know, he's my friend and all, but okay. And it's so cute because she later goes and she's like, she's still friends with him, and she's like teaching him how to read. It's really cute. So I know it's not like a significant scene, but it kind of just lets you know where Davos is at and where Stannis is at, and a little bit into Stannis' life because we see his wife and his daughter. Next, I really liked this part in Daenerys' scenes where she's talking to Grey Worm, and he tells her, you know, Grey Worm's a lucky name because it's the name I had when Daenerys Targaryen set me free. And I was just like, that's so cute, and just like, it just shows you, like, this is Daenerys' responsibility. This is who Daenerys is. She's the mother of dragons, and she's the mother of these slaves and the poor and the downhearted, and that's what she fights for, and that's who she's the mother of. She's always started out at the bottom, and so she'll fight for people who are at the bottom, and it's just, I really like that scene. And I'm not going to get into the Barristan and Ser Jorah little talk. I'm pretty sure that was straightforward and so on and so forth. And the way they're portraying Sansa, I have to talk about Sansa, is she's just like a pawn all of a sudden. Like, no character no character at all. I swear. Sansa this season has been nothing but a pawn for every single player in the game, and you know, we don't even get to see how Sansa feels about this, or, you know, she doesn't even know. I don't know, just, there's no character development going on for Sansa at all. She's just there, and it's kind of frustrating because I never loved Sansa as, like, my favorite character, but she has really great character development and growth, especially for someone who has been in these horrible, abusive situations, and, you know, she has this kind of, like, dissociative tendencies where she just goes into her head a lot, where she makes up like little fantasy. It's just, I freaking love Sansa's character development, and she's not getting any of it. So next we'll talk about Tyrion's scene and Cersei's scene, where they get married off. Well, they don't get married off, they get engaged to unexpectedly. So Tyrion gets engaged to Sansa, and I'm pretty sure Sansa doesn't know and nobody knows. They're just having like a little family meeting right now. And Cersei gets engaged to Loras. So, you know, Tywin's really smart. You know, he's securing the North by wedding Tyrion to Sansa, and he's securing Highgarden by marrying Cersei to Loras. However, obviously this is going to cause some problems. Shay was already talking about, you know, Tyrion being interested in Sansa, and now he's going to marry her. And so, I don't know, I when Sansa was married to Tyrion, I was a little, like, jealous because I love Tyrion. But, anyways, I also, you know, I already shipped her with Sandor. So I was like, no, she's marrying Tyrion, and I was really freaking out. I remember when I was reading the books. But I felt like, I'm pretty sure Cersei was never engaged to Loras because he's part of the Kingsguard, but it's been like years since I read the books. Yeah, I'm 100% sure. But I still felt for her. It was so sad. She looked at her father and she said, please not again. And I was just like, oh my god, the tears. Because people hate Cersei, but they really don't understand everything that she's been through. And being married off to someone you don't love, and it's just, I can't even imagine. Just look what it's done to her. Just think of it from that perspective, and I love Cersei, and I'm really hoping they give her more scenes where she can look more than just a crazed mother, where she actually gets some more of her own character development. So when she said that, I was just like, oh my god, the tears. Like, I really think, like, Tyrion and Sansa, that's, like, good match, but, like, I could just feel for, like, Cersei, like, so bad. It's just so sad. And, okay, so, overall, like, I feel like this episode had taken the most liberties and strayed the most from the books, so, in a way, like, it's kind of, like, a bad thing, because I'm like, no, I don't know what's going to happen, and then it's a good thing for the very same reason, where I'm just like, okay, well, you know, it's going to be a surprise. Like, for most of the Game of Thrones, I have already known what's going to happen, and then now that so much has been changed, I will be able to get surprised. So, I don't know. So, that's everything for now, and, what did you guys think of the episode? And tomorrow is the new episode, so I know, I'm sorry, I've just been all over the place. And so just in the comments below, let me know what you think. And to leave you guys off with like a little thought, my friend and I were thinking about Nathan Fillion, as always, you guys know me, and what Nathan Fillion should be cast as if he were to be a character in Game of Thrones, and I couldn't think of anything, but my friend Sarah came up with like the perfect character that he could play, which is Aerys Oakheart. And if you're a book reader, you would know who I'm talking about, so this is obviously a question for my book reader viewers. What do you think about Nathan Fillion as Aerys Oakheart? Like, I'm so for it. I want to see it happen. So let me know what you guys think, and if not, any other thoughts that you have, just leave them in the comments below. If you guys need to contact me outside of YouTube, everything's in the description below, all the links and everything that you need to know. So sorry that this review is all over the place and kind of rushed. Thank you for your time. Bye.